Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. In my efforts to be instrumental in the role that I have been given, as far as enlightenment and truth and a different way of living, I'd like to kind of share with you a story that represents perhaps the things that we've heard in a few words. This is the reality of a God, a power, an invisible power that we cannot see, cannot touch, cannot feel. But the evidence of that God is everywhere. All there is evidence of that God. And that which we as individuals represent is in itself representation of that God. For we did not make ourselves, but are creatures of creation. And we're here for a purpose on this earth. And we've been provided for on this earth. There are certain things that are essential for survival, and all of those have been put here on this earth in the form of what we call natural resources. Every natural resource is a gift given to those who are on this earth that can utilize it throughout time, throughout existence. And we as individuals have been given the ability to discern who and why we're here. And not only that, my friends, but to utilize that wisdom to engage ourselves, all of us, in the process. I have to say it all the time, in the process of creating, maintaining that which we all benefit from. We all create it, every form of it, in partnership, reservoir of goods and services, therefore the service to be utilized by every individual that has a need or want or a desire. And the great thing, my friends, is that when we engage ourselves in the process of creating, we choose what we do. We choose our careers. We choose our jobs. We choose that which gives us our greatest joy. So we are really having fun, enjoying our lives, just being alive, doing. And it is so designed by the magnificent power that we can't see that as we do this, as we live our lives like this, we are actually creating heaven. We have exactly what we need, want, and desire. We live in peace, we're prosperous, we're free, we are joyous and happy, our dreams are coming true. Our needs, our wants, and our desires, and we don't lie, we don't cheat, we don't steal, we don't kill, we don't terrorize, we don't hate, we don't be racist or bigots. We're not engaging in war. Don't have to. Life is good. This is when we are serving and walking to a certain basic principle. And that principle was described in what I have just described to you. It was in what I explained to you. That principle made it possible for all individuals to enjoy life such as that. But there's another principle that's different than that. It's not believing or accepting the fact that there is an invisible God. That a God must be made human. And that human God is the one who chooses, who stands up and claims that power and is willing to make everybody else bend down, bow down, and accept it. And what is that measure that they do? They threaten to kill you or get somebody else to kill you. But your life is threatened. That's the number one force. They will kill you. Number one force. Now, the number one benefit is that if you don't rock the boat and bend down and bow, then you can have basically the desires of your heart. But you got to be controlled and manipulated by the one who claims to be your new God, the one who makes the rules and regulations that determines what and when you're going to do anything. What job you're going to have, what job is going to be made available to you, and what you must do in order to receive whatever they have designed for you to receive for doing that job. In other words, you're actually not giving yourself or giving your talent, giving your gift, giving your labor. No, you're selling your labor. And he has said, whoever controls that controls everything. Because care who makes the rules, because can't do anything. And so this is the way that the other system works. Now, the result of the one was about heavenliness, and the result of this is hell. Why? Because there's turmoil, there's deception, there's terror, there's war, there's lies, there's cheating, there's hatred, there's racism, there's bigotry. And so, without naming all of it, the purpose that I wanted to bring to you is this message that if living on this earth, if you're ever to experience heaven on this earth, it'll be because you, the people, lived by those principles that were created. And if not, you will live hell on earth, as just explained here. And it will be because of a lack of following those principles. It will be because you decided to follow man rather than follow God, rather than follow man that you can see, rather than follow God that you cannot see, but you are allowed to live in you. Wow. And see, though, this is the big difference in your acceptance of God. You're being available to do the will of God.